customers aren't bothered about carbon footprints. They're not bothered about changing their diets so that fewer cows exist and all of that sort of stuff. They're just not bothered. They just want cheap motoring. They're fed up with paying more at the pump.
Well, this sort of policy is also going to affect people who rely heavily on used car for their business. Danny Kelly is actually a used car dealer in the West Midlands. Danny, I'm sure that this news story is not a welcome story for you.
Well, look, it's one of many negative stories to hit the used car market. There's another story that I think is going to get much bigger, and it's the E10 unleaded petrol, which means that if you're driving a petrol car, generally speaking, before 2011, your car may struggle, or you may struggle to get petrol that's going to actually make your car work effectively and efficiently after September, October, I think. So, listen, the government have got it in for the motorist. I disagree with your previous contributor. I don't know where he lives. He may be from North London and Islington, but overwhelmingly in the West Midlands, my customers aren't bothered about carbon footprints. They're not bothered about changing their diets so that fewer cows exist and all of that sort of stuff. They're just not bothered. They just want cheap motoring. They're fed up with paying more at the pump. And it's the inconsistency as well of things like road tax. I'll give you an example. On Saturday, I took in the 2006 Audi A4, £585 a year to tax. £585 a year to tax. I only discovered that. That was bad news when I Googled it. But I also discovered that the same car 6 months later was £385 a year to tax. Same engine, same emissions, just same inconsistency from the government when it comes to hammering, in my opinion, the used car motorists.
Are you yet getting electric cars through to sell second-hand? No.
I certainly not. I wouldn't touch them. Again, your last contributor was saying that people overwhelmingly want to get into that market. I just don't know where he gets his information from. If you come to the working class areas of Coventry and the West Midlands, and even leafy Royal Leamington Spa, just on the other side of the canal there, people, yes, you see the odd electric car driving around town, but people just want, and they don't care about carbon footprint, please believe me, they just want something reliable. They want the petrol prices to be lowered. They want the road tax to be as close to zero as possible, which you can get. Contrastingly, I bought a little Ford Focus, a 15 plate, zero to tax, and it's less friendly as well. Compare that to the £585. People just want to get around town. I promise you, 95% don't give a damn about carbon footprints.
And do you think people are sort of trading in older cars because of things like feeling like they're being penalised on car tax and, you know, coming to people like you saying, go on, what models can I get which are going to bring those bills down?
Well, that's a great question. I don't think I'm going to have my 2015 Ford Focus, less friendly, zero tax, 60 to the gallon, 1.5 diesel around for much more than a week or two, because it will sell on its efficiency. On the other hand, I think I'm going to be stuck with that Audi, £585 to tax. I mean, it's a bit of a lemon of a car. I'm regretting buying it. There's a car for everyone, though, and you mustn't forget that. But people do want cheap motoring, and this electric car, that's a pipe dream for 90 or 95%. You know, how the hell are you supposed to charge your electric car if you're on the 10th floor of a block of flats in Birmingham city centre? It's delusional.
You've just gone on telly and said one of your cars is a lemon.
Yes. But it's actually in the body shop. It's got front wings on it. It's got bonnet painted and a full valet. And you know what? The weird thing is, guys, I gave £525 for that car. I'm going to spend £350 doing it up, so it'll owe me just shy of £1,000, and it's worth £2,800 all day long.
Wow.
But I've got to find someone who wants to spend £585 to tax it.
Danny, I just want to pick up on the E10, the fuel thing, because I don't think people realise what's about to happen. And it only affects, I think, 5% of that car market. But this is a 5% that very much will be represented where you are. Can you do something? Can you do something to your car to make that fuel usable?
Yeah, I think there's an additive. I've done a little bit of research into this, guys. There is an additive, but I think the additive is like £7 or £8. Now, that's not gospel what I'm telling you, but I have looked into it because that's something that as a car dealer, I need to sort of plan ahead for. But what that does make me feel, Simon, is that now I'm a little bit cautious about buying anything that is not ULEZ friendly, because Birmingham City Council, they've gone ULEZ mental and they've gone everything ULEZ. So I'm getting a lot of people from Birmingham coming over to Warwick to buy 2015 cars, and they're trading in non-ULEZ friendly cars because they're having to drive into Birmingham. And so as far as planning ahead and everything, I'm going to try and steer clear now of pre-2011 petrols, because I just don't know what's going to happen in September, whether people are going to be able to fill up at the local Morrison's 500 yards away.
That's fascinating. I'm amazed actually how much it is actually affecting your business, and how many people have that in mind when they're buying cars. Now, before we go, I want to find out which is the car that sort of flies off the shelves the quickest. What are the models that people that come in and then they're gone really fast?
Well, first of all, I have got just for you. I think you'd look great.
Here we go. Yeah.
It's the 2011 gold BMW convertible. Now, I saw your reaction there. Now, what I do, I buy convertibles in the winter when they're dead cheap, because it's supply and demand, and no one's after convertibles in the winter. You can't buy a convertible now without paying thousands more than it would be worth in November. So I store them, and then that's when I make my dough.
Danny, gold. It's gold.
Gold. Well, I think she would radiate in a car that looks...
Well, do you know what, babe? You've got me.
Gold.
You got me spot on. I'm a little MX-5 driver, so I do like a cheeky little convertible. There you are.
Believe it or not, I've actually in the garage...
Oh, here we go.
I've got an MX-5 rollover bar, £80.
Oh, is it? I need a rollover bar, actually. Oh, no, hold on. I've got the one with the hard roof, the retractable roof, so it doesn't need the rollover bars.
What a shame. I'm really sorry to interrupt you two. But can we... on the tax issue, I mean... From 2030, no new diesel or petrol cars can be sold. How long before the second-hand market has gone?
Right, I'll make you a prediction. January the 1st, 2030, the used car market for petrol and diesels will go through the roof. Prices will go through the roof because you have no choice but to buy a second-hand car. If you can't afford an electric car, or if you live on a terrace street next to Goodison Park where you can't guarantee a car parking space, how are you supposed to get a cable out to charge it? I promise you, used car prices will go through the roof.
Convertible then.
Yep.
That was a joke.
Did you say convertible? Oh, sorry. You're not known for your jokes. Sorry.
Yeah, all right. It's Danny Kelly. Really good to talk to you, and let's talk again because it's been a pleasure.
That's great.
The convertible. Come and see me.
All right. Gosh.
Oh, I'm telling you what, Friday. I might be selling mine soon. Barely drive it anymore in London.
I know this garage you can go.
Yeah, I might be calling him after all during the break actually, which is coming up now.
That was Danny Kelly in the